Hello everybody, how are we? It's me John and I'm back for a vlog. Yes, I've been kind of on a bit of a tangent as of late, haven't I? With talking about different, more, discussion videos. Obviously the last video I uploaded, I did a video talking about my experiences with being dyslexic, with being, dyslexia. And this, as I saw when I was flicking through the channels, this Jamie Oliver's latest TV documentary series thing, where he basically talks about his experiences with being dyslexic and hoping to try and change the whole education system a little bit, kind of like a bit more support for kids that are neurodivergent as well as, being dyslexic. So that was that video. But this is just a regular vlog. This is just a regular, normal vlog. Yes, so what can I say what I've been up to? I haven't really done very much since the last vlog I uploaded. Just kind of, working as per usual. I'm still working, of course, and this past weekend has been a nice chilled out one again. Met up yesterday, Saturday. Obviously, of me recording this, it is Sunday, of course. So yeah, yesterday, Saturday, I met up with, Sam came round to mine, 000 Firestorm Sam, my good friend Sam. He came by mine yesterday afternoon, chilled out here for a bit, and then we went into town, into Hull city centre, and we met up with our mutual friend and my good friend Smithy, and we went to go to the cinema to see Ballerina, the spin-off film that's based within the John Wick continuity. And we went to go and see the Ballerina film, part of the John Wick stuff, and I really thought we all pretty much we all quite enjoyed it. It was I'm a big fan of the John Wick films anyways. I'm a big fan of Keanu Reeves as an actor. And I've been following the John Wick films ever since I checked out the first one, and I just absolutely love the level of detail and the choreography in those fight scenes is just incredible. What I respect about the John Wick films is there's this essence of realism within the fight scenes. Like, you check out some martial art films and you're like, yeah, the average person really can't do stuff like that in a fight. And it comes over a little bit too far-fetched. Yes, I will say there is a little bit of far-fetchedness within the John Wick films, of course. It is a movie after all. But at the same time, if you look at how those fight sequences are done, they're kind of done within this thought process of realism. Like, it's like a real hand-to-hand combat situation. So, like, it feels more believable when you're watching the fight scenes. It does feel a little bit more believable, like using anything within your environment as a weapon. So simply picking up a real big heavy book and using that to bludgeon somebody with, picking up something like I don't know, something, using anything within your environment to use as a weapon. And that's what I love about the John Wick films, is that they just are constant, absolutely constant. And then they're using like the whole martial art thing with, obviously there's guns, of course, and then there's like, guns, and then the next minute going straight into hand-to-hand martial arts. And then basically just using anything within the environment as a potential weapon, which is exactly how martial artists are actually trained. Especially in like a military training. Like in military training, they are trained in that way. You use anything to your advantage within a fight, because at the end of the day, if you end up in a situation where you have to use hand to hand techniques, you basically use anything to your advantage to basically make you, or to try and change the tables in your favour. And that is exactly what I love about the John Wick films when it comes to the action sequences, is because John Wick, he uses everything in the environment as a potential weapon. He and basically he uses anything like a massive big heavy book as a way to bludgeon somebody with. He uses things like pencils and pens and things like that, which in the right hands can be again a deadly weapon. That's what I love about it. Yes, there's some far-fetchedness in there, but I do love the level of choreography. And what I love as well is that Keanu Reeves himself puts a lot of effort into those fight sequences. He does a lot of his own stunts, a lot of his own. He does a lot of his own gun training, weapons training, as well as hand-to-hand martial arts training. He does all of it himself, pretty much. Yes, of course, there is stunt doubles, of course, but he does a majority of his own stuff. But yeah, this ballerina film was pretty decent. There was some, it was very action-packed, of course, which I would come to expect from a John Wick, based on within the John Wick universe. Very, very brilliant. Like some of the sequences were a bit over the top, but at the same time, very enjoyable. A very enjoyable watch. I did enjoy the ballerina film. I thought it was pretty decent for a spin-off. Because usually when you get spin-offs of stuff of like a main franchise, they usually don't really work. They're not usually as good as the main franchise. But no, I did enjoy it. I did really enjoy it. We all did. So yeah, we met up. We went up and got something to eat before the film. Went to go see that ballerina film yesterday afternoon. Me, Sam, and Smithy. And then we came straight back to mine. Saturday after the film, we came straight back to mine. Both Sam and Smithy came back to mine. We sat in the garden, had a couple drinks, had a few drinks, and then got some bits on the way home for something to eat. Just something to pop in the oven for a bit, something to eat, on the evening. And yeah, so Sam, I think, went home around about 9-ish, about 9:30, 9-ish in the evening, yesterday evening. And me and Smithy, Smithy was here until about 2 o'clock in the morning, about 2-ish. But yeah, he left mine around about 2 in the morning. Yeah. But yes, it was a pretty cool, interesting day. Went to go and see a film and then chilling out. It wasn't actually a bad day yesterday. It was actually quite nice weather. It wasn't too hot, and at the same time it wasn't too cold. It was like that perfect balance, which I do like. You got that really nice breeze. Yeah, lovely. But yeah, so that's what we did yesterday. Today, well, the rest of the weekend, like Friday, I didn't do much at all, really. Today, I had a nice sleep in, because I've not been sleeping very well as of late. I don't know why. I've been waking up multiple times in the night, or whatever. I've been waking up multiple times, and I've not been able to drift off properly, which I don't know what it is. This is one of those things. I'm kind of used to it by now. I have, for a long time, I have always struggled with with drifting off naturally. Obviously, people are going to be like, "What are you drinking there?" But of course, this is because I'm at work tomorrow. But anyway, I've been waking up like really, really badly aching. Like my whole body's aching, like my back's aching, my shoulders are aching, and I've got I can't say. I mean, I've got obviously I've got a new mattress. I've only had it about a year now, probably going on for about a year since I got my new mattress. It's still very springy and it's still very cushiony. It does feel quite comfortable when you lay on it. But for some reason, I have been waking up. I have been waking up with like shoulder aching, like my shoulders are aching, my back's aching. Uh, just you know what I mean, and not being it, and just waking up randomly all the time, not being able to properly drift off. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know, but yeah, I had a really nice sleep in today. I must admit. I haven't had a decent sleep in for a couple of weeks because I've had stuff going on, having to go like last week. Obviously, me and Smithy had to meet up. Had to meet up relatively early to be able to pay off the rest of the holiday, and then yeah, I've just not been able to have if I've got nothing specific happening, I like to have a nice sleep in. And I managed to do that today because that's what Sundays are all about. Sundays are your lazy day, aren't they? Sundays should be a day of rest, in my opinion. I don't believe you should have to work if you don't need to. Or whatever. I mean, end of the day, each to their own. If you want to do something with your Sunday, then go well ahead and do so. But for me personally, I just think Sundays are meant to be a lazy day, in my opinion. You just do what you want to do, watch what you want to watch, have a day of watching films with family or friends or what have you. But today I've just been chilling out. Jackie, my dad's girlfriend, partner, she came this weekend. It was her turn to come to us. So she came to us, and she went home today a little earlier on this evening. And so since then, I've just been chilling out. Just checked out Predator: Killer of Killers, the new on Disney Plus, the new animated feature film, where basically it's set in 3 different time periods. One is in Viking times, so basically there's there's like the first sequence is basically a bunch of a group of Vikings going up against a predator, which is really cool. And then the second part of it is a Japanese samurai, basically in the day of time frame of the samurai, Japanese warrior. And so that was pretty cool to see samurais going up against a predator. And then the third and final sequence was basically set in World War II in the 1940s, 1941, 1942 time. And it basically follows a guy who's a pilot, and he basically he goes up against a predator as well in World War II setting. But no, that was pretty cool. It was a nice. I thought it was pretty damn cool, quite fun. So I just watched that, and I'm currently, as I'm recording this, I've got it on pause. I'm currently going to watch the Lego Batman film again. It's on Prime Video, so just watching the Lego Batman film because I watched it for ages. I think I've only seen it maybe. I think this might be my third time watching it since it came out. I went to see it at the cinema, and then I think I've got it on DVD or somewhere as well. But so I've just had a chilled out day watching films. Watched Predator: Killer of Killers today, and obviously now watching the Lego Batman film. Yeah, back at work tomorrow after a nice chilled out weekend. Yay! How I love it so very much. But I need that monies, I need that monies to be able to afford to go to TF Nation as well as America in September. So unfortunately, needs is must. Money is needed. But yes, I have very much had a nice weekend. It's been a chilled out one again. Yeah, that's as much as I can really say. I mean, obviously saving process is currently happening. I put my first amount away this week After last week, I couldn't put anything away towards spending money at all because yeah, it was a very expensive week last week. The amount of money I had to pay out last week in order to pay the rest of the holiday off was quite a lot for me. But it is something I've been working towards and saving towards for quite a number of months now. For quite a number of months, up to the point of last week of paying it off. So it was expensive last week. So it left me with not very much left until I got paid Friday just gone. So yes. I'm just going to chill out the rest of this evening. So yeah, like I said, I've just started the saving process as of this week for spending money for going away to America in September. So the spending money saving has now started. And then obviously I've also needing to put a little bit away for TF Nation towards my hotel room and that, which I'm also trying to sort out. Yeah, so that's the plan, saving up for both TF Nation and September, the America holiday. So yeah, very much looking forward to everything coming up soon. And I think that's going to be today's vlog. I can't think of anything else to talk about. But yeah, it's been a nice chilled out weekend. Chilling out with my good friends Sam and Smithy. Went to go and see the film, the ballerina film with them too on Saturday. Then came back to man, had a chilled out couple drinks in the garden and that, and just had a chilled out Saturday with them both. That was nice. And then today I've just had a chilled out day watching films, which is lovely for me. But anyway, so take care of yourselves, everybody. Thank you so much indeed for watching. I will be back very soon with more videos. As for my main channel, I am still working on what the hell to do. I am in two minds whether to even continue collecting anymore. Whether to continue collecting or just knock it on the head for a little while. Which is kind of my mindset at the minute. I'm thinking of just knocking the whole purchasing of toys on the head for a bit and work it out that way. My main channel is on a little bit of a hiatus at the minute when it comes to what to do, what to make, what to upload. Yeah. Because obviously, even though I still enjoy making the videos, my YouTube videos, I'm just in two minds of what to do with my main channel. But hopefully everything should be back up and revving soon enough on my main channel. But thank you so much. Take care of yourselves, and I'll be back very soon. Bye-bye now.